come with us as we visit the Universal Studios Orlando Resort for the very first time as annual pass holders. We are so beyond excited to finally have annual passes to Universal Studios. Our boys have been begging us for months to go to Universal Studios, and we finally decided that the time was right to get annual passes. They were beyond excited when we told them, and they got into the car so fast it made our heads spin. Tip to Disney, please put these moving walkways in at the parking lot. It would make the walk to and from the car each day a little bit easier. It'd be nice. Here we are walking through the sign for the very first time, and we stumbled upon this adorable little photo op the boys just had to be a part of. Saw the globe for the very first time, and here we are walking through the famous arches. In order to activate our annual passes for the first time, we had to go to guest services, but we had an amazing team member walk us through everything we needed to know. Before we knew it, we were walking down the streets inside of Universal Orlando. The boys have been asking to go to the Simpsons ride for so long, so we decided we had to make that our very first stop. Our oldest had a map. He knew exactly where to go, and he led the way. Look at how excited he is to be inside of Springfield. That is a very large head of Flesh to the Crown. As you can see, the boys are just taking it all in. They are super excited, and it was actually not very crowded this day. We got really lucky with the crowds. One thing I can tell you is that we do have a baby with us, and a lot of things here he cannot ride because he's not tall enough. However, every single ride that we visited today at Universal had a parent swap area. You're not forced to wait outside like you are at Disney. They have an air-conditioned room with seats that you can go and wait with your baby in and wait for the rest of your party, swap, and then go. Next, we headed next door to Men in Black Alien Attack, where I rode it with my older 3 kids, and my husband waited with the baby, and they were enthralled with this ride. It was so much fun for them. I beat their butts, of course, in the score, but, you know, we've got annual passes now, so they have some time to work on their scores. I love this queue line. It is so well themed. And just great attention to detail from the original movie. It's so much fun. We went back into the Simpsons ride because our 3rd child was begging us to go on this Canyon Kodos ride, which is, if you listen to the dialogue and the audio of this ride, it's so adorable. It's like, no, of course we're not aliens. We are citizens of the United States. It's hilarious. If you're a Simpsons fan, this is absolutely adorable. Next, we were starving, so because we're new and we didn't know what we were doing, we decided to head to the other end of the park and go to Richter's, which the food in there was absolutely top-notch. It was so good. We actually made the mistake first of trying to go into Moe's, but realized it didn't have anything for the kids, so we went back out and headed out to Richter's. As we go by, we're walking by my husband's absolutely favorite movie, Back to the Future and Back to the Future 3. He absolutely adores these movies. Look at how beautiful it is today. It's so slow. There's no crowds. It was just a nice, relaxing walk over to the other side of the park. I just wish it was a little closer. Doing some more walking. Still walking, I promise. We're almost to Richter's. I highly recommend Richter's, though. The food is phenomenal, and inside, every so often, they have an actual earthquake that goes off. It is absolutely hilarious. The theming was top-notch. It did remind me of being in San Francisco and that whole area, except they didn't really have any fish. They just had burgers and fries, but hey, I'm not complaining. I love a good burger, and this burger was really, really good. So then we decided we wanted to ride E.T. Yeah, so we then decided to walk to the other end of the park. Probably not the best decision, but hey, it was our first time. We haven't been here, so we're still learning. I am amazed at just how pretty this park is, and all the zones are just super duper cute. finally made it back over to E.T. and again, walk on. There was really no wait here, which was amazing. I liked this little hidden detail that was inside the team members' little thing. That was awesome. Here's the waiting area for the child swap. Again, inside, in air conditioning with a bench. Like, parents, you can't ask for anything better. Here are the boys waiting to go on the ride. They're so excited to get to ride this. And Squishy got to have fun just crawling around and climbing around and having his own fun. He had my card with my name on it that he dropped on the floor here. So he's got to go pick it up for me. He's such a great baby. And again, referencing back to Disney, Disney doesn't have this. They make you wait outside and find your own place, and then they give you something to come back into the line and cut it. It's really nice that Universal gives you a dedicated place to wait for your group. So now it was my turn to get the ride. This queue is just so beautiful and so reminiscent of the movie. But even if you haven't seen E.T., it's still a great ride and it's still a great queue line. It's so great. I'm saying great a lot, aren't I? Yep. I love this waterfall. I almost tried to take it home with me, but my husband said that'd be really hard to do. I love visiting E.T.'s home planet. It's so cute. So pretty. It's just, you want to live here. You want to visit this planet. As we left E.T., we got to see some previews of what's to come from the old Woody Woodpecker's play area, and I'm intrigued. I can't wait to see what their plans are for this area. As we walked around, we stumbled upon Mel's Dine-In restaurant and ran into this really cute show that was happening in front. It was so much fun. Now, as you can imagine, at this point, we were kind of tired, but kid number 3 really wanted to ride Minions, so we made that our official last stop of the day. This wasn't too bad of a wait, and the kids were really excited to try it, but sometimes your tiredness does take over. Damon and Squishy decided to wait it out in the gift shop next door. He got to play with his Minions of his own, so he got a little bit of Minions in anyways. Boys absolutely adored the attraction, but they were definitely ready to head out and go home. And we're going to head back to those absolutely wonderful walking sidewalks, those moving sidewalks. Again, those are so wonderful. I really wish Disney and other theme parks would put these in because it makes going back to your car, especially with kids, so much easier. My second oldest just being the ham that he is and goofing off. Because who doesn't love a good moving walkway? Everybody had such an amazing time. I hope you enjoyed coming along with us to our first visit. We're so excited to get some use out of these annual passes here. Just walking on the moving walkway. And then I'm the girl in pink over here, and I'm grooving out to some background music and just being my sassy, silly self. Yeah. Dum-da-dum-da-dum. And my 3-year-old he was done. He was absolutely just spent. Being my sassy little self, having fun. So thanks for following along with us. It was such a fun day, and it definitely will help the boys. See you next time.